Here is the reason that oil bumped last week and we didn't catch this. I didn't see this until about a day later, about Saturday or Sunday, but then family stuff got in the way. So I wanted to make this video really quick. And it's Russia capping some of their oil production, about 500,000 barrels a day, limiting it from what they were doing in response to some of the Western price caps, the Western sanctions, stuff like that. So that's why we saw a jump in crude oil over the last handful of days. You know, really, it was trending in that low 70s and really bumped up to about $80 a barrel. So again, this is one of those indicators. We always say there's the big three. It's oil, 10-year yield in the US, and the relative strength of the dollar. Those are the three things, kind of that triangle, the trifecta of what you need to look for, what you need to watch to see which way the economy is going. At the end of the day, we have to know those three things. And if you know those things, you know exactly what is coming. So watch those things, watch the credit market seizing up. That we're going to have some type of credit event absolutely this decade. Many people thought it was going to happen last decade, and you know, it did. 2019, September 2019, boom. Everyone thought that was going to be the end of everything, but they were able to paper over again and seemingly kick the can down the road a little bit. So I'm waiting with bated breath to see, you know, what's going to happen. When does this play out? When does the bottom really drop out? And again, my thought is when the CBDCs are ready, that's when you're going to see the bottom drop out, and they're going to be making the average person beg and plead for CBDCs. Please give me surveillance coin. Please give me Fed slavery coin. Please give me it. Please give me whatever, something, because I'm hurting so badly. I didn't prepare. Like we always talk about here, I didn't buy food storage, water, energy, guns, security, ammo, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. I didn't buy anything to prepare myself for what is coming. The writing's on the wall. The writing's been on the wall for decades. The writing, and now the nails in the proverbial coffin, as Mike Maloney would say, are just getting faster and faster and faster in the dollar coffin. And the dollar is losing reserve status. It's the ship slipping under, the Titanic slipping under the waves, and Russia getting cut out of the SWIFT system exactly a year ago. I believe it was about February 26th, getting cut of Zoltan Pozsar saying this is Bretton Woods 3, and you just put everyone on notice. Hey, we're gonna freeze anyone we don't like out of the system. So every country is on notice, every human being, every individual is on notice. If the Americans will do that, and with the dollar and weaponize it like that to a nuclear superpower, what are they gonna do to you? That's why we say here, question everything with boldness. You gotta see the signal and the noise. We got a lot of psyops going. You got Chinese water balloons going all over the place, getting shot down by F-22s, fifth generation stealth fighters. It's a absolute mind F out here. So you got to keep your composure. I feel like in old school when Frank's, you know, in the locker room freaking out after he jumps through the flaming hoop and he's just smashing everything with the chairs and he's freaking out. It's like, we got to keep our composure. Or Mugatu in Zoolander, Will Ferrell again saying, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. This stuff is very simple. It's very easy to see what is going on if you're paying attention. So again, they announced 500,000 barrels per day dropping next month after Western countries cap the price of crude over the actions in Ukraine. So this is why oil jumped. And again, I missed it the other day. I didn't see this on February 10th, these articles, some of these that had come out because when we do our market updates, our daily market updates about what's going on. So I had mentioned, you know, hey, I don't know why crude jumped. Something must have happened. And I just plain missed it. And that was on me. So anyway, get prepared. At the end of the day, the more independent, the more resilient we are, the community we're building here, community is the number one thing. In any survival situation, any preparedness situation, community is the number one thing. So local community, your friends, your family, the people around you, your local rancher, where you're getting your food from, your clean food, your clean energy, and the community you're building online all around the world. Where can people come together? How can the like-minded people come together to combat the craziness, the absolute insanity, the psyops, and combat the just debauchery that's going on all around the world, whether it's with your money, with culture, the cultural rot. We're in World War III. Bio war, chemical warfares, cyber warfares. It's on. It's there. Culture war. We are in it. We've been in it for really probably minimum 20 years. And we have to understand that. Otherwise, things are going to get very difficult for us. Just like this. When you don't understand history and you don't understand common sense, then you do things like Europe and you cut off yourself from oil supplies and you're doing things to you know, look good and look fancy on paper. You're doing things to grandstand and pander to climate alarmists and things like that, and then you destroy yourselves in the process, and you have your energy jump 10x or 100x because you just aren't using sane, you know, because you want control. You're trying to control the people. We know at the end of the day, this is at the end of the day, central banks are the real leaders of the world. It's not the Macrons and the Bidens, all these people, and the Trudeaus. These aren't the leaders. They're just the puppets being controlled by the Bank of International Settlements, by the IMF, and by the World Bank, etc., and the central banks, and they are doing the bidding. of the central banks, and they want to crush and squeeze everyone. This is collectivism to a T. It's take out the middle class, so you have the poorer class, which is 80-90% of people, and then you've got the the aristocrats, the oligarchy at the top, and they control everything. That's it. You could look no further than the World Economic Forum. Everything they say there, Noel Harari, all these guys saying, well, there's going to be people are going to get along with it, or they're just going to be left in the dust, and there'll be a few of us running things at the top. I mean, literally, we shared this video a few months ago with him saying it. So if you don't believe me, please don't believe me. Actually, trust but verify. Go do your own research. This is what we try to do here to bring you the receipts, bring you the signal, bring you the sauce. And this is not financial advice. This is freedom advice. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk, as my wife always makes me say, but we are in times that try men's souls. We need to share these things, get them out, get people prepared, get family prepared, please share this out and what we're doing here in the community we're building, because this is the only way this is going to spread is by really alternative media. All the things they tell you to not do are probably things you should do, right? All the things are, oh, these people, the podcasters and the alternative media and all this different, they're the scary ones. They're the ones. It's because their narrative is crumbling all around them. It's IMF just coming out, in the last day here and saying, well, looks like Bitcoin might be working in El Salvador. Huh, you don't say. Weird. Guaranteed by the end of this decade, Russia will be pricing energy in Bitcoin. They'll be pricing their oil in Bitcoin and making that declaration now. Guaranteed. I'll bet anyone. So it's time. It's time to try men's souls. This is the time right now. So get prepared, get resilient, and you don't need overlords. You don't care what's going on. You have zero care in the world with what's going on. So let's get prepared together. And I appreciate your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have. It's the only finite asset we have, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is time. Time is Bitcoin. That's it. The only two finite things. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one.